Hello everyone and welcome back. This is part 2 of Meet Your Muse. As you can see, I've got my canvas right where we left it, and today I'm a little bit excited and nervous because I'm going to take you a little deeper into the process, and I'm going a bit rogue. So before I organized this class, I had set out the plan for what I would put in each session and how the journal prompts would jive together, but this week I'm feeling a little stirred up, a little turned over, and I want to sort of break my plan. So I'm just going to go with the flow. I'm still following my basic recipe for creating, but I'm going to move a little differently because I tend to have a lot of structure when I'm teaching, which is good on some hands, but on the other hands that limits me in my paintings. I feel might not give you the experience that I want you to have. So I'm going to experiment a bit today with my process and sharing it with you and talking you through it, and we're going to see what happens. So we're going to go a little rogue. So I'm going to ask you to be brave and show up to your canvas and do what comes through. If what I'm doing speaks to you, I want you to do that. I want you to listen to your muse. So I think my breakthrough for this week is I am listening to my muse. I am going to break my routine and my plan of what I had written down for this week, and I'm just going to let it go. And I turned it over and over in my head, arguing with myself, thinking, well, no, this is what I have written down. These are the steps. And then I was like, well, it's not going to feel juicy for me, and it's not going to feel juicy for you if it doesn't feel good for me. So I'm going to listen to the muse. I've got a slight idea of where I'm headed, of what tools I want to use. But as far as content here goes, I don't know. The muse could call on anything. So I hope that you're inspired to get to your own canvas. I hope that so far you're doing all right. If you have any questions, feel free to email me or pop them into the Facebook group, our Building Wings Cafe, and I will answer you. If you have any questions about technique, put those in there as well. And let's get started. So I've got my brushes, I've got my paints, not poured, but they are out and ready for when I need them. Today I've also got some markers and watercolor pencils just in case, because I'm not sure what the muse is going to call on today. I've got my journal and notebook here for taking any notes and messages that come up that might not end up on the canvas. And I have got my music today. I find music really helps me to push along and get in the zone. So if you have music, I want you to turn that on, sing it, dance it, whatever you need to do at the canvas to make you feel good and strong with your muse. The other thing that we worked on this past week is your symbols. We've made lists about our symbols and experimented with different symbols, just doodling and playing with our colors. So let's see if any of those turn up today on the canvas. So I'm going to zoom you in here so you can see a little better. Let's see, all right. So I'm going to start with a couple colors, a little bit darker, maybe about the same color as the lines here. And kind of think I want, I'm going to use a lighter color too, maybe another bit of turquoise. Oops. If I start singing, I'm sorry. All right, this is what I feel like doing because I need to give up some control, I think. Just gonna get my easel here has a little thing to put my tray on because I need two hands for this. All right, I've got two brushes, one on the right, one on the left. I've got my two colors, and I'm gonna dip them in here. I've wet my brushes. I wanna activate my canvas. I've got my spray bottle here. Just gonna activate the space with a little bit of intention. Reminding me to be free and that the Muse is here. She's already got her first form here, but this is not her final form. All right. I want this to, I'm going to try not to get in the way of the canvas too. Both of these are going to be messages coming out from the Muse. I'm not sure which is which voice. If one's a critic and one's a Muse, I'm not sure yet. I'm just going to play with shapes. Let them move the way they want. Gonna let them cross over. So what's going through my mind right now is that when I started these lines, they were going opposite directions, mirroring each other, reflecting each other almost. But then when I tried to cross them, they started to pair up, kind of like figure skaters dancing together. Sometimes moving apart, sometimes moving back together. And I'm going to switch hands with the colors. So really just follow your heart, follow the brush. Whoops. I dipped them in the opposite colors by mistake. But I do find music helps in this because it allows you to maybe move more sporadically to the beat and the changes that come up in the music. Just adding a little bit of water here. Maybe add a little bit of my fingers again. Just blurring some of it. All right, switching up my colors a bit. I'm going to switch to a magenta or a dark pink. Maybe not. All right, let's see if I got a different one. I'm also going to grab a square brush here. Lots of water. And I want to make some drips. So if you're using a thicker paint, you can mix it with some water to make it more like an ink. So that when you put it on your canvas, it'll drip. I'm kind of coming in some of the shapes and lines that were made in the last step. I'm going to get some yellow. It's just what the Muse is asking for. I continue doing the same thing, coming in between the spaces I see. Maybe adding some of the lines or patterns from our notes. I like coming in between these drips here. So we're kind of coming back to that chaos. I'm not letting the lines of the face distract me either, because this is only the first face of the Muse. Maybe she'll stay that way, maybe she'll change her direction. While I work through this kind of process, I like to kind of take in what I like. I'm noticing this drip right here, and I'm really liking how it's blending. I'm honoring it now in case it disappears later. And I like how this blue line is intersecting this darker line, and how the yellow is interacting with the turquoise and the pink. Grabbing some more magenta. I like how the pink is sitting on there. Now I'm just going to let her dry a bit before I come back and add the next step. So we're back into the chaos.